Alright my friends, so in the last video we have showed you how you can create your first HTML tag, but now we want to understand that in a real world example. So here I'm going to show you some of the common HTML tags that we are going to use daily, so that's why we need to understand them. So here is the slide. So we have common HTML tags, right? So the first one, we have the content tags. Okay, these are the tags that add something to the web page. All right, so we have the tags that add something to the user, so the user can see and interact with, because later on I'm going to show you different types of tags. So the first part is the tags that add some content to the user, to the web page. What we can do, if you think about any web page, we have titles, we have descriptions, we have images, we have videos, and so on. So these are for example, the stuff that we can really see in any web page. And to prove that for you, let me see if I can open a web page so we can see it together. So here I have this web page that we are going to create later on, but let's go ahead and see what we have here. Okay, we have a title right here. Okay, we have an image right here, we have a description right here. So as you can see, this is what we are going to deal with: a title, like a description, and we have some images and icons, and also we have a title and a description and an image. So as a matter of fact, we have a lot of titles, descriptions, and images. These are maybe the most important pieces that we really need to understand. Now for the titles, we have different types of titles, right? For example, we have big title, we have a small title, we have a medium title. So in order for us to add titles to our web page, then we can use the H tag. Okay, the H tag is responsible for adding a title to the user. But by the same token here, when we are going to talk about titles, as I said, we have, for example, this title right here is not the similar size with this title right here. So that's why we have different size, and we can specify the size by adding a number beside the H. So we have from H1, which is the biggest title that you can imagine, which, for example, this one right here on the top, this logo, it's an H1. Okay, it is the biggest title that we can implement. And we have H6, which is the smallest one, and I haven't used it because it is too small. Okay, so we can use H1 here. As you can see, it is the opening and the closing sign, okay, or the greater than and smaller than sign, and between these two signs we can add the tag name. In this case it is H1, okay, and we have to close it using this syntax right here. So as you can see, we can do a similar thing by using H2, H3, H4, and so on. So this is the first part, which is adding title. We can use the H and specify the size by adding a number. And do not forget, we are limited to use only from H1 to H6. We do not have H7 and H8. This is really not valid. Okay, so keep that one in mind. So this is the first part, which is adding title. How about adding description, which is pretty straightforward? We have description, and it is something like this. We can add a description. In order for us to add the description, we can add a P tag. It stands for paragraph. All right. And in order for us to declare a paragraph, very simple. We have the opening and a closing tag. Okay, here is the opening, here is the closing, right? And for the opening, we have a smaller than and greater than sign. And for the closing tag, we have the greater than and smaller than sign, as well as this dude right here, which is the slash. And here we have the tag name, which is the P in this case. All right. For the image, it's worked differently. Okay, for the images, we are using them a lot here. As you can see, 50% maybe of our website is only media, images and icons whatsoever. Here for the images, it's worked a bit differently. We can use the tag name, which is the image in this case, and we have to use it like this. Okay, now just remember this one. I'm going to talk about later on. I'm going to talk about self-closing tag, and you will understand that with images and some extra tags that we do not need to close the tag. Instead, we are going to do something like this, which called self-closing tags. These are the tags that didn't require us to give them a closing tag. Okay, that's why we have to add the slash here, so it will be called self-closing. Lastly, we have the videos. Okay, video, maybe I didn't use video right here. Okay, it's only I haven't used it too much. We have only one video that we can play, but it's not a real video, so that's why I don't have example to show you here. However, in order for us to play a video, we can use the tag video. Okay, the video tag, and we can type the opening and the closing. For the opening, we have greater than and smaller than sign, and between these two stuff we have the tag name, which is the video. We are doing the exact same thing with the closing tag, and only we have the slash as a different. So as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, these are the first type of tags, which is the content tags, and these are the tags that add something to the content or to the web page. And trust me, if you know these three types, on the first, the titles and description and images, you can add, let's say, 70% of this website, because I am using titles, descriptions, images. Titles, for example, descriptions, images, whatsoever. So as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, I highly encourage you to watch this video twice, because I have talked about too much stuff, and I think it is a great idea to put it in one video, because you have to keep this one as a reference. The next video, we are going to show you different types of tags. See you in that one.